Okay. All right, y'all. We doing this thing. It's Community Coalition Show. It's Kate Wilson, David 2K.
What's good, gang?
You know, Yenny's gonna be on in a second. I think she probably beating somebody up right now. But
hey, we're not gonna put that on.
Hey,
she ain't here. She ain't
like
here.
That's right. Fam. You talking like she don't know where you
live. I'm talking real greasy if she not here. You know what I'm saying?
You talking like she won't pull
up. Here she come too. This don't snitch. Here she come too. But
you see what you do.
Hey, chill. I be talking people up. Yendy, what's going on? Hey, girl.
Yendy. Why are we laughing? Were you talking about me?
David was. I understand.
Hey, what?
Well, you know.
Hey, you got throw me under the bus like that?
Nah, I love you, bro. I'm just playing. Nah,
you have to like. I don't know where you live.
Look, my address is like public. So, we getting this started, and I don't know what's going on tonight. It must be something in the water. But everybody, the crew is on. We here, y'all. I'm not gonna spend too much time because we have a very special guest. Absolutely. If you're watching this, you'll hear this, but yes, and I'm excited. So again, I said I don't want to do intros, but I gotta warm this up a little bit, right?
Right.
I'm excited because one, I get to be educated tonight.
Absolutely.
I got some questions, and it's an amazing person, and I can't wait for you all to hear. I want you all to follow what she's got going on. I know you're going to learn something. I have, because I'm a sneaky stalker. I've been stalking people and stuff, but I've been learning, right? So,
stalk to learn.
I like that. That's a hashtag.
I was deep in that. That's a tagline.
I was definitely doing research on watching your videos.
See?
Thank you.
So we all some stalkers. So it ain't just me. We stalk together. See?
I stalk too. Don't even trip.
It's for education. It's for education.
I was just about to say that, David. It's for education.
Yeah, education. So
right, because you can't be too careful these days.
Nah.
Like we see what Joe be doing on you. So
yeah, we're gonna leave it. Yeah. So before we get on that, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself because we hate intros over here. So you let the people know who you are, okay? And whatever you want to tell them, we're gonna start there. Let's do that.
All right, we'll make it easy. So hi guys, hi everybody. I am Chef Lindsay Leopold. My family's from Haiti. But I was born and raised in DMV. I actually, growing up, because my family is very traditional. I grew up with my grandmother, my mother, single family home, big family in the DMV area. And I grew up wanting to stay out of the kitchen. More importantly, I didn't want to do anything standard that women are supposed to do because my grandmother was very old school. She, my brother could go out and play and do whatever he wanted to do, but I had to do my chores. I had to make sure that if my mother called and said, peel the chicken, wash the chicken, defrost, I had to be the one to do it. And I just hated that. I was like, no, I'm not. And I'm older. I'm not going to sit with all this. Let me, But then my grandmother said to me, she said, listen, you're going to go away to school and you're going to need to learn how to cook, because I refused to learn how to cook. And I went to school at Towson University. And one day I called her and I was like, listen, I'm hungry. Can you teach me how to make red beans and rice? That was the easiest thing that I could think of and the cheapest thing that I could think of. She sat on the phone with me, taught me how to make it. Mm-hmm. And then I joined the Caribbean Association at TU, and they were like, hey, you know how to make red beans and rice? And I just learned. So I was like, yeah, I got this. Anything. But I was like, yeah, I got this. And they're like, okay, can you make some red beans and rice for everybody? Sure. So I made it. And the feedback that I got that day, I was like, oh. And I realized really quickly that I enjoyed cooking, yes, but I enjoyed the sensation I gave people. I realized that I loved serving and servicing people more than anything else. So my spirit is a spirit of service, right? And I grew up in a Christian household. I love me some Jesus. And so I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that in my life, it's predestined, that there's a path I'm walking. That's what I believe. So I graduated TU, did all that. And I went to work, Discovery Communications, because I wanted to be the next Oprah. I interned at BT and MTV. I did the whole thing, and I hated every minute of it. And I realized that I had to go after what I was passionate about. And that was something that I prayed about. And I always was serving people, cooking something on the side. And I said, you know what? Why not just go to culinary school? When I told my family, they were like, what? What is wrong with you? I don't know if you guys have any Caribbean friends or African friends. I don't know if you have any of that. Okay.
I am.
And you know, if you are not, if you're not a doctor, a lawyer, if you did not finish the school, or you don't stay on a path, you're a failure in life. Your parents are like, what are you doing? So when I said I want to go, my mother was like, you're telling me we paid all that for you to go to school and you tell me now you want to cook? No. It didn't go down so well. But of course they turned around, they supported me, and I have not looked back. I went to culinary school here in the DMV area, the best experience of my life, the hardest thing I had to do. I quit my job at the corporate level, cold turkey. I went back home, and I just have been taking steps towards progress the rest of the way. I have catered. I have worked in senior living. I have worked in restaurants. I have done personal chefing. I mean, anything under the sun, I've done it. And now I'm going to enter into something new. So I'm really, really, really excited for what's happening, for the transition in my life. And I'm just happy to be here. So long-winded intro, but I definitely wanted to share that little background just so you know a little bit more about me.
No, that was important.
Yeah, and that's what we needed. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, that's a full swing. I mean, there's so much there to even unpack. Like, you know, I think that's a wonderful story from someone who didn't want to cook.
Right.
You know, that's because you know how most people, you know, you kind of raised in it, you be in the kitchen, you know, people be doing, and so it just comes up natural, right? Yeah. So like, I didn't know that to even go from that, and like, this is what you're doing, you're passionate about it, like, and you're good. Even since like I be watching and I be hungry, right? So
you know, your story, like that seems like a common thing with a lot of chefs. It's like you start off working this corporate job and you realize you love cooking so much, and it just seems like you guys all just quit. I want to be like y'all.
Oh my God, thank you for saying that. It's funny though that the stories are similar. We start doing something that we're told to do. And again, I come from an immigrant family. My mom came here, and her focus was to make sure that my brother and I didn't have to struggle as much as she did. So for her, it's get a job, get insurance, make sure you have a 401k, you're set up, and go, right? And you build from there. Buy a house, get married, have kids, and you're set. And that's what you're programmed to learn. And that's what I was going to do. But there was something in my spirit, and a lot of my chef friends, or just people in general, and I think maybe just going off topic a little bit, but like the pandemic is another way where so many people are sitting down like, yo, this made you sit and go, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? So many people quit their jobs during this time because they realize life is short. I want to spend it doing what I really want to do. And I'm a big believer in you do what's passionate, money will come.
Exactly.
Don't chase the money. Don't even waste your time chasing the money. When I tell you I left culinary school, I was the happiest. I was the skinniest. I was the happiest. I was the skinniest. I felt like a kid all over again because I just wanted to absorb, and I was grinding. I was getting paid nothing, and I was at my mother's house. I mean, I tell you, I started with nothing, right? And then little opportunities came here, there, and I just jumped on it, and I was like, let me see. You can't be afraid of the challenge. You cannot be afraid of stepping out on the unknown, because it's out there is where you win the nuggets, you know? So I was able to do that little by little and meet different people, and they'd be like, yo, I see how you working. you want to jump on this, and then you parlay that to something else.
Right.
And, so for me, I'm all about the passion. I'm also about my coins. Don't play yourself. I'm very clear about the coins. Right. However, you got to build the foundation, and then you can go get all that other stuff. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So before we jump into like some of the meat, some of the stuff I got, I know you're building your platform. I'm seeing your platform online. I'm seeing it on IG. Like you got some good stuff going on. So where are you at right now with everything in your platforms, and where are you at with all that right now?
Are you talking about like social media?
Yeah, with just anything, like.
Okay, yeah. So actually about a month and a half ago, I resigned from my corporate job, but I stayed an extra month. I was Thank you, because that was a big one. I resigned from my corporate job as a dining service director for a really high-end senior living home in the DMV area. And that was a whole other situation. And I wasn't happy. I really, really wasn't happy. As I shared with you guys before, I realized early on, I'm a server.
Yeah.
My strength, it's not just putting flavors together. It's giving you exactly what you want, even when you don't know what you want. My strength is just feeding you through the soul and connecting with you so that you feel like you're fed, whatever that is, right? That's my strength. So during the pandemic, I was working, and I was also a really, really cool, semi-famous chef friend of mine created a business over the pandemic where I was teaching, where he wanted to teach during the pandemic on the computer, because at this time we're all just doing everything on Zoom, right? The business is called Homemade, with the theme you're cooking at home, so Homemade. And it would just be 5 of us chefs. I'm in the DMV area. We have someone in California, someone in Chicago, someone in Seattle. We're all kind of hitting all spectrums, and we would be teaching online. And we grew from like 5 people, our families and friends, to thousands of people. And we offered these classes for free. And the business started to grow. We got sponsorship. And I'm still doing this, running from my corporate job to come in and get on the screen and teach what I do. I'm going to get to the point though. So I fast forward, and then right when I decided to quit my job, they were like, hey, we want to fly you out to Seattle. And while you're here, we want to talk about maybe if you would come and actually stay in Seattle, because this is where the studio is. This is where stuff is. And I was like, Seattle? Are there any Black people in Seattle?
It's like 6 of them,
I was like,
a common question.
Great, right? It's rainy,
Right.
Seattle. I go, it's a very different vibe, but I'm like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we really want you to stay. And I said, okay. And of course, my body, my spirit, my mind is getting excited for the change. And I said, you know what? Spoke to my mom, support my family. And I'm like, I'm going to move to Seattle. So to go back to answering the question, right now, at the end of the month, so the day after Thanksgiving, I'm actually going to be moving to Seattle.
Wow.
And I am going to jump. Thank you. This is another leap of faith, right? Of activating, moving, operating where I believe I should be. I will be teaching food, continuing to teach food online. So you can follow me, not only on my social media, Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, but you could also check us out. The website is www.withhomemade.com. And you can see my bio, all that stuff. You see the different chefs, you see what we offer. So that's what that's the main focus, right? But prior to me leaving, just yesterday, I had a huge event for 80 and 100 people. It's a birthday bash that I did. So I'm cooking some events here and there. But my focus right now is building my brand. So prior to me leaving, because I am going to be in Seattle and I'm going to be working for Homemade, I'm also working on my brand. I want to make sure that people understand that cooking can be fun and it doesn't have to be stuffy. It can be quick and easy. I don't care if you're Caribbean, African, Haitian, American, Asian. There's quick ways to cook good food and make it healthy and flavorful. So my focus has been, what can I do, little tricks of the trade that I've learned over my culinary years that I can share with our everyday cook. If it's like I'm peeling ginger, instead of taking a freaking knife, I can actually grab a spoon, something easy, something cool. So my niche has been just trying to make things easier, more fun, and building my brand really is what I'm trying to do. So this is why you're seeing a lot more videos of me out there and posting out there and just connecting with people, trying to understand what they want. What do they want to see? How can I teach them and connect more with them? So that's where we are right now.
That is dope.
Congrats. Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
I feel like we caught this at the right time, y'all.
Yes.
Right. Before she blows up.
Yeah.
Blow up.
So
and like also, right before she drops the album.
Right. Like we snuck this one in. And I'm even gonna say this too. I love the concept of homemade, before you really dug into really explain how we got there. I was checking it out and I like that whole concept. And you are a natural at that, like just watching you and like, how sometimes like, I don't want to dog none of your peers, not on homemade, but just in general.
Yeah.
Like it just seems so like robotic sometimes and real dry. And it's like, do this. And it's exact. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really learn that way. And it doesn't really help me,
Right.
Yeah.
But when I watch you, it's like you just burst out, and
energy.
Yes. And I loved it. I do. So I'm
very relatable.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a big one.
Yeah, and also to see a Black woman in the space. I ain't gonna front, Like
absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, I love the brand, the company Homemade. It is not my business. I want to be clear. It's not my business. However, I followed suit. I joined them because, like you, I love the concept. And like I shared, my biggest strength is connecting with people. And really, even if it's on screen, even if you're right in front of me, it doesn't matter. I want to make sure that I connect and I feed you as best as I can. And real talk, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. If you go on our website, you'll see it's not just a whole bunch of white people, or a whole bunch of Black people. It's a colorful arrangement of different people, different sexes, from different backgrounds. Not everybody has a culinary degree. Not everybody is a skinny, cute little, we are all different facets. And you put out what you got, right? I got bubbly, I got energy. So that's what I'm going to put out, however I can connect. So thank you for noticing that.
No, we see that. We see that over here. No, because it is dope. So I'm so happy that you're going forward with that. Again, can't say that enough, and you're doing what you want to do. So, I gotta ask. So, if some things make sense as you're starting to say it, right? Mm-hmm. So, your background, what you originally went to school for, do you feel like you're merging the best of both worlds here?
Merging with my Caribbean culture and what I was taught,
or no, maybe like your culinary career and also your previous schooling of. Communications and media and stuff like that. And that's what I say, it makes sense. I'm starting to see it now. Like,
yes, absolutely. No, go ahead.
No, I say, because you look polished,
wow.
meaning like a pro. You're like a natural,
Yeah.
And as I see it, that's why I take notes on stuff like this,
Yeah.
And those are some of the things I was writing down. Like, it looks like, like, I don't see nobody that I don't care what kind of production they got. I don't care what kind of studio they got. You busting it, what you was doing. And it looked, the presentation, how you were coming across, and even how you explaining certain things, it's just so relatable.
Right.
That it felt like you've been doing this for a minute. You've been a pro. So to know that, it's okay.
There's a reason behind all that.
Yeah.
She didn't just wake up like this, right? No. I mean, you're right. It's funny though. Because again, I wanted to be the next Oprah Winfrey, but not in food. That's far from my mind. I didn't want to learn that. So until I got much older, but I really, really wanted to find a way to connect. I just didn't know how that was really going to happen.
Yeah.
And so like, if I'm going to share a message with anyone, is keep doing what you really want to do. Don't take steps back. Just keep moving forward, because you don't know where that's going to lead you. You really don't know. And so I really wanted to focus on learning the aspects of communication. I studied electronic media and film because I wanted television, but I minored in communication. So speaking, talking, doing things like that it wasn't a natural thing. I got trained in that. Fast forward, and even before I joined Homemade and I started working as a director, my job before that, I was a resident chef for Sur La Table. And if you're not familiar with Sur La Table is like the competitor of William and Sonoma, right? Okay. It's a store with all these great kitchen products. The difference is we were teaching classes in the store. So for 5 years, I stood in front of 16 people day in and day out, polishing my intro, talking about food, speaking and connecting with people. So when it came time to transition online and communicating, it wasn't easy because it is different, but it wasn't a hard transition. So there's a reason why I made Look Pot, and there's so much more I still need to learn, because going live is very different from recording and practicing. Like, it's a whole different energy, you know? So, and then if you have 2 people you're teaching versus 100 people, that's a whole other different type of energy as well. So yeah, I have a little practice.
That's good. That's great.
Makes sense. So I know you've been, so I mean, obvious questions. You've been cooking for people and all that, you know. What are some of your favorite things to prepare?
Oh God, that's
so like I know it, so I know what to ask for. Yeah.
That's like asking who's your favorite child? Preparation. So like I said, my family is from Haiti. I grew up with Caribbean flavors.
Yeah.
So, and I'm French culinary trained, right?
Okay.
So, but I love bold flavors. It's also part of my personality. I want strong. You know, I'm gonna always have garlic and thyme, and that's where it's always gonna go for me, right? So if you're asking what I love to cook, it's gonna be a plate of pasta, because I want to make the pasta fresh. I want to show people how to do that. I want to make a beautiful sauce to go with that, and I want them to enjoy that meal, right? So pastas, anything that's a strong, bold flavor. Thai, I love cooking Thai because it's strong, bold, any kind of Asian cuisine. And then Caribbean food, because obviously that's what I know. However, and I might get yelled at for this, Caribbean food takes too long to cook.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's about building flavor and getting the most out of your ingredients. She ain't got time for that. So you don't see a lot of, I'm not cooking a lot of Caribbean food. I'm cooking quick. I gotta go. I have things that we have to do. So I'll cook more French, American than Caribbean.
Right. Takes a lot of love. It takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
I guess that explains why the Jamaican spot doesn't really like make all these different assortment of dishes. They like stick to the basics. So
it's a lot.
Got time for all that.
Not even that. Ingredient wise, it costs so much more money for an African dish, a Caribbean dish, and all types of Caribbean dishes, Jamaican, Haitian, Trinidadian, because there's so many little pieces that go to developing a nice, bold, strong flavor. And it takes time, you know, so it's time, it's money. They don't have time to cook you 20 different so they're going to do what they know, the staple that works, and then that's going to be it.
Right. Because if you've been in the kitchen while your auntie is cooking, not only does it take a long time, it takes a lot of love. It takes a lot of, like, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's prep. So, you know, okay. So I tried to get you. I was trying to see if I can get a straight answer. I know it's like children. I know. I feel it. I know. So one thing I always love. That's why I like when I watch cooking shows and stuff. I'm like, these people got these recipes they be looking perfect every time. It's like,
yeah.
Give us the real. Like how often y'all be messing up? How often? You know, like what's
all the time.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys? So I was teaching a club, and the last month I was doing French pastries, right?
Mm-hmm.
My last class, it was supposed to be the big one, French macaroons. So that's the you know, those are the cookies with the buttercream. It was supposed to be a lavender. I'm snitching on myself. It's supposed to be a lavender macaroon with a lemon buttercream, right? I do this stuff all the time. I'm teaching them, and I realize my batter is not the consistency that I don't know what I did. I don't know, but I gotta keep going and pretending like it's working. Let me tell you all, the class ended up fine. I didn't bake anything. I did not tell them I messed it up. I just said, y'all, the class is over. We're running behind. I'll bake something and I'll post it. Do you understand? I went out and bought some macaroons and posted those pictures instead. Because my macaroons didn't turn out right. Like, there's so much switching, or you're trying out a recipe that you think is going to work and it just doesn't work. Sometimes you have to go out and tell the people that you're serving, listen, we got to switch it up a bit. It's not going to be what you want it to be, because we messed up in the kitchen. I burn caramel all the time because I forget about it. Like, do not be fooled. We mess up all the time. This is why you have tasters. You have people who like, yo, come taste this real quick. What am I missing? Because if I'm in the kitchen all day and I'm smelling the food, I'm tasting the food, it's going to taste the same to me after a while. So you need something else. Don't be fooled. We mess up.
I know, if you're looking all mad perfect, and I'm like, come on.
Fake it to make it though. Fake it to make it though.
I know, but
it's cool.
Listen, the pictures that you see online, those were like 4 different types, and I just picked the one I like the most.
And they got, whatever. Don't they have
like
stylists too? Like food stylists who help style and make it look like everything went
look
perfect.
The best on the plate.
Do you guys know? You know the McDonald's, Burger King or McDonald's, those commercials?
Oh, that food is fake.
I was saying, you guys do know the food is not cooked all the way through. Here's a trick: if you ever want something to look shiny and glycery, what they do is take like a little jam, like apricot jam, and dilute it with like vodka or water, and then they just add a little bit just to let it pop and shine so it presents well. There's so many tricks to this trade. Don't be fooled.
Nah, you know, that's why I love those commercials like that. Oh, my lettuce don't never look like that on this.
Look like that.
Oh, never. Like,
so I barely have any sesame seed on the bun. Like,
right. I would love for my burger to look like it does in the commercial.
Never do. First of all, I get a sandwich with no bun on the joint on the bottom of it. Like, can't even get my order straight. But I love this conversation though, because and so I know some of the things you've been doing too. So I want to tap into. You share a lot of little like quick tips and little things that help, you know, and so I've been trying to learn some of those because I don't like to cook either. I'm one of those people. Like,
how do you eat if you don't like to cook?
Community.
Listen,
you just stop by other people's houses and get food.
No, I mean, so like, as especially when I was younger too, I call it survival cooking.
Right.
You know,
okay, I got.
Or you know what I'm saying? So it was like some quick stuff. So as I'm getting older, I'm grown ass man. I gotta do better now. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
gotta take care of yourself.
I can cook, but I'm not. It ain't gonna be. You know, I'm not Chef Kenny. My spaghetti is mean. You know, my chicken is mean. But that's what you got. You know, like I can't. It ain't gonna be no curry chicken for me. It ain't gonna be no.
That's all right. It doesn't have to be that.
So I've been trying to learn. Yeah. So I like
Food
this.
Network gets me in trouble.
Girl.
Also, Kenny, don't let wifey hear what you just said.
She already knows. She knows I be struggling.
So does she cook?
She like a step up from me, you know.
Okay.
But one thing I give her though, like she tries. She'll experiment. She'll step out there. You know, sometimes we'll even get some of those food service where like they come prepared and we'll work it together. And I'm cool with that. We're busy people too.
Yeah, so it makes it hard.
I work.
You know, can I share a little tip with you? And one of my chef instructors from culinary school shared this with me. And I was like, you know what? Especially us as chocolate people, sometimes we're very limited to what we've been exposed to.
Yes.
Our comfort level with stepping outside of our box is very, very limited in any aspect, career, whatever, right? But let's keep it at food. When I was teaching, I'm gonna go back to what he said, but when I was teaching in Sur La Table, something as small as a steak, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of my chocolate brothers and sisters would be like, I want it well done.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. Yes.
I want it well done. And my question would be, why?
Because that's just how we were taught. That's
right. Well, I don't want to see blood. Okay, but what's going to happen to you if you see blood? Is it grossing you out? Like I want to know, are you grossed out?
My medium.
I've learned about medium. Yeah.
Listen,
I like medium. Well.
And even as small as you do know that all steaks are not made the same.
Right.
They're all different for different purposes. Because I have friends who'll go get a steak and they bring it back and I'm like, this isn't the steak that you're going to cook for a sear. You got to slow cook this steak. So I realized that and I said, you know what, my people need to be exposed. Because when you're exposed to more, you're willing to try more. Then not only are you willing to taste and try, you're willing to explore in the kitchen more. So I think one of the things we got to do is just not be afraid to explore and taste different types of food. And you'll know, I don't like this. I like this. I'm going to try and replicate it myself. And then I tell other people, don't be like I had someone email me or DM me, and this broke my heart. It warmed my heart, but it broke my heart because she said, Lindsay, being in your class, you make it fun and you make it realistic. You make it so I can do this. But I grew up feeling a lot of pressure in the kitchen. And I'm like, why? You're not solving, the world is not coming to an end if a piece of chicken is burned, right? Like you're not about to cut open someone's heart and do surgery on them. Like that is pressure.
Yeah.
Cooking should be fun and light. So if you got that bomb chicken, Kenny, what else can we do? What other sauce can we add to it to make it something different from what you did yesterday? And then, like, how can we build the confidence there? That's what my focus wants to be.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to come in the kitchen and be like, because you pushing energy out there. You putting all that stress on yourself for what? For some chicken? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, the rice burnt, and people get so stressed.
Yes.
Why are y'all stressing? Listen, we can fix it. We can fix it. Don't even stress yourself. So try something new. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, that's one thing. Getting out there. I love that. And also another thing I know you probably commonly hear too, especially from people, especially as everyone talks about, like eating better, eating healthy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. Especially in our community, what's the first thing everyone goes to? The cost.
Right.
The money. And
maybe I can ask this question.
Please.
And I don't know if you know the answer, but let me just ask this question. Why is healthier food more expensive than fast food?
That is a great question.
That's a really good question.
I can give you the
I know the corporate answer.
I can give you the pro-black fist answer.
I want to hear the pro-black and I want to hear the corporate. You guys go first, and I give you my thoughts.
Okay. I think part of it is by design too.
Absolutely.
When you get to those levels, when we talk about like health and stuff like that, it's a lot easier. To why is there McDonald's on damn near every corner? Why is it so cheap to produce all this food? Stuff like that at this level. When if you think about it, like I can go to McDonald's to get $1 menu burger, but when I go to a restaurant and get a real burger, there's a different cost to that. Different ingredients.
Not only that, but different tastes.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
different everything.
I think part of that is by design. And especially when we live in a world and a culture where fast food, convenience, instant.
Right.
It's all about the convenience of it. The time I need it right now. We need it right now. I'm going to go.
Right.
And it's part of what we want, what they want from us. And the concept that eating better is this daunting task that is time consuming, that is supposed to be expensive. So I think that part is by design. Then you think about the corporate side of it too. Again, they try to make some money, you know, and we got powerful companies. Talk about like companies like McDonald's and the fast food industry and stuff like that. That is a powerful player in this country, especially, you know, and now international stage. And so they ain't trying to give up that bread, you know.
Right.
That's why
literally.
Literally, you know. And so I think part of that, you know, I do think there's another side of that we get that part, but we don't get the truth
behind it.
Right. But also I think about like in the past, like maybe 10 years, it's like healthier food has become way more expensive than just food that you can just pick up and go.
If you think about certain things like fresh food, produce, fresh food, you got to move it around.
See, so my question to you guys was going to be, what are you considering healthy food? Because to me, when I'm thinking healthy, I'm thinking what you're saying is fresh food. Fresh food,
absolutely, fresh food,
more expensive than processed canned foods, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the things, if I can answer, because David, I did want to hear your thought behind it. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Well, one of the things that I know, and I saw a lot of this during the pandemic. The pandemic played a part, but just in general, labor plays a lot in cost of food, right? Okay. People don't realize that a lot of our food, first of all, it comes from here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I've learned about that a little bit.
Yeah, it comes from other places.
Yeah. Right.
And although they may be paying those people chump change or whatever, but it's taking a lot of people to box those foods, to plant the food, to raise the food. So labor costs and travel costs, it has to come overseas. That's oil. So you're putting all these things on top of all that, and then you drop it here in America, right? And like Kenny, you said, the corporate world, they're not gonna give out their money so easily. So that plays a part in it, right? And this is where money gets stacked on the other thing. The other thing is, my thoughts behind it is, I'll use chocolate people as an example. My people. I went shopping with a friend of mine most recently, and she never considered shopping on the outskirts of the grocery store. The outskirts of the grocery store is where all the fresh items are. That's your produce, that's your dairy, that's your protein, the outer skirts. The aisles are all the canned goods, the cheaper stuff. And I'm like, you never think to go get a raspberry or an apple? You never thought to get corn from like shucking the corn? She was like, no, I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna just get the corn in the can. I know how to do that because that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
That's what so we forget, you know, the McDonald's and all that. Yes, we can speak to that. But just as an individual person, sometimes access to the food is there, but we are so closed off because we're not thinking outside. We're sticking to what we know, what's been helping, what we know how to make. And so we stick to that and we shop where we know we can get those things. We don't go outside, right? So that, to me, if we're talking about why people are not merging out and spending for the other thing, yes, they are expensive. I don't have the full answers why I know why like crab meat went from $20 to during the pandemic it actually went up to almost $45-$50 per pound. That was due to labor.
Same here.
Right, because I had to cater and I'm like, whoa, that's a big jump. But it's because of labor. Like I can speak to that. But specific other items, I can't tell you why, other than everything else that we've talked about. I just want us as a people legit to reconsider what we're putting in our bodies. We're used to eating for pleasure, and I'm not mad at that, but we now need to eat to make sure that we are alive for another 30, 40, 50 years. One of my bigger platforms that I'm looking to start I was diagnosed recently, and I don't mind sharing, so I really don't mind sharing. PCOS. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is. That's polycystic ovarian syndrome. You know what that is? Okay. So not many people know, but all it means is my ovaries work really slow, right? What contributes to that is, so that means I have high testosterone, higher testosterone than estrogen, it means, but food is what plays a lot in it. Those of us that have PCOS, it means that it's harder for us to get pregnant. Those of us that have PCOS, we are bound to have diabetes.
Wow.
We don't get your menstrual cycle on time. Like, you have all these issues. And I realized with myself, if I stay within a certain weight, then I'm actually okay. When I exceed the weight, everything is flared up. I mean, I'm all over the place. And I realized with myself, what is it that I've been eating that's contributing, right? What can I do? And you would think, you're a chef, you can cook yourself anything, but it's not easy for me either, because I'm used to cooking with butter, cream, salt. And that's why one of my videos, when I made it, I'm like, what can I do to lighten up my dish and not add all this salt, all this butter? What can I do to give a different flavor? Herbs and spices and zest. These are fresh ingredients who are not that cheap. I mean, who are not that expensive, who can brighten and better my dish. So having to think outside the box with that was something that I had to kind of veer on because of my own experience with it, right? I don't want to die in like 10 years. Right. We got to change it up. I realized I snore. I never used to snore. No, we're not doing that. And I'm single. I need to get a man. I can't do that.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say, nothing wrong with snoring.
Hey, man.
Bruh, it's like a chainsaw in these streets. I can't do that to my guy.
That just means you're getting that good sleep. That's all that means.
Hey.
No.
Hey,
that's not sexy.
Nothing wrong with snoring.
Question when you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm off my rampage. Off my
well, it's actually just a question based off of what you guys were saying. So as a person like me, I was trying to push myself to become vegan. That is like on my bucket list. I want to do it because I want to get healthy. You know, next summer I got that COVID 50. Next summer coming, I gotta look right and tight. But I do want to become a vegan. So do you have like any tips? Like, what can I do to make my food taste good? Because it's going to be hard to not use like butter and stuff anymore in my life.
So, sis, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Veganism is not my ministry. I love proteins, and I'm not even a big cheese and dairy
love
person.
the way you said that. I love the way you said that.
I am in support of people who can do it. It is a discipline. It's a choice, right? And what I will say, because I have friends who are, and they grew up eating chicken and whatever. What I have heard a lot of them say is not only is it a choice and it's a discipline, but you have to be willing to try and be creative. I don't have a recipe because I don't cook that. I don't cook vegan food. Because that's not what I eat. Maybe in a year you're going to hear me say something different, but today, my friend, another thing that I would do, follow some people. Like, I know Tabitha, she's real popular and I love her, I really do, but she has some really awesome recipes. So I would go online and just check out other people who are in the same kind of boat that you, and ask them, what are they doing? Or some people that you follow, you'd be surprised. I'm not a vegan. I can't even share with you what nugget to help other than what I have out there. I don't want to lie.
I watched you saute the asparagus.
Yeah.
I've seen videos like that.
But see, here's the thing. That is technique, right? Once you learn technique, you can apply that to anything. It doesn't have, you can, if I show you how to sear a steak, you can take that same technique and sear some tofu. because it's just technique. It doesn't matter what you're using, right? So if you're saying, how can I better my cooking? I can answer that, right?
Okay.
But if you do you get what I'm saying? I can show you technique. One of the most popular examples is the searing process. And I'll take a piece of steak. I know so many people, especially my guys, my men, because they swear they barbecue and they, you know, I'm on the grill and blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, let's see it. And what they end up doing is taking a beautiful piece of meat, putting it on the heat, which is good. They got their tongs, and then every 5 minutes, they're picking the steak up and flipping it. And that is not going to give you what you're looking for, because you keep taking it off the heat, putting it back off. And so that's uneven cooking versus leaving it on here. The technique is leaving it on the heat, let it sear, which means it seals in the juices and it gets that beautiful coloring. Then when it's got that brown, you flip it over, sealing it on the other side, and then you either finish it in the oven or let it cook low and slow, and then you have the perfect steak. You could do that with the tofu, right? But that's a technique. You just need to learn the technique, and then you're good. You could apply it on anything.
You need to sign up for your cooking classes.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, girl, we do a lot of free stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad. I just love this conversation, you know, because like I said, there's so many things out there. And one thing I come across, everybody think they know better, you know, especially people who ain't never trained on, you know, but it's like when it comes to health, everybody's an expert, right? You know, and even sometimes when it comes to food, but it's feel like everybody just like, so there's so much information. I like that you said that technique. I've never heard anybody say that before.
Right.
You know, everybody talks about the food. Yeah.
You know, I have my culinary degree. I've cooked in different restaurants alongside beautiful people. I am learning every day. I tell people I have no shame in my game. Go on YouTube University. Learn quick stuff, because I don't have a lot of videos out there, right? So if I could point someone into a direction of go to this video, Gordon Ramsay is my go-to. I'm obsessed with him. I love him. And I love his technique. So I go, if I want to learn something real quick, I go and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. And then I apply it and I practice it and I'm good. So I don't care where you get the information from. You just got to go find it, right? We lazy. And I'm not just talking about, I'm just saying people in general, we can become very lazy. We just want to go, here you go. No. Yeah. This is fun.
This is fun.
I have a good question.
Oh, I'm scared, David. Your questions are stumping.
I want to know, what is your guilty pleasure unhealthy food?
Oh, David. Seriously. You think that's gonna stump me? No. I have no shame.
I just got to know.
Oh, I have no problem. So Haagen-Dazs ice cream, but I'm all about the butter pecan. Okay, the butter pecan. I also enjoy, and I can be a snob when it comes to chocolate. I don't like, and this is no shade to these brands. Okay, y'all are perfectly fine. I don't like Hershey. No. Oh shoot, I had one. Dang it, it's in my car because I was eating it today. Okay, you know the little red balls? I think they're like Lindt balls.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the chocolate truffles.
Yes, those are good.
I will just pop them in my mouth all day long. The other thing that I overindulge in is I'm a wings girl. Okay. I love, and here's a question, because there's a theory out there. I'm a wingette. I like the wings. I don't like the drumsticks. So a lot of people say men like the drums, and women like the wings. Where do you guys fall?
I was about to ask you, drums or flats?
I like the drums.
You like the drums?
I like drums.
I do. I love the drums.
I like drums too. I like drums too.
I like the flats. I like the wings.
Maybe I'm just greedy. I'm equal opportunity. I don't care. Like,
as long as it's a wing.
No, because
the
like
drums too much work.
I mean, really, I don't know, because like I don't know. This is how deep my fatness goes, right? I have techniques for both. You know, like,
oh, are you a person that like is able to?
I can rotate one, but even like the flat and pull it between, you know, I stick my tongue in between that thing. Like I have fun with it. Like I don't know. I know when people go.
Now let me ask you guys this: how do you eat your wings? Meaning, because I noticed a lot of Americans, it doesn't matter the shade. A lot of Americans, they'll eat the meat in the middle, but then you leave the ends out. Right?
That's annoying.
Right. We're Caribbean. And I only can speak to what I know. The Caribbeans and Africans I know, we eat from the tudum. We eat everything. You might see me crack a bone, like if it's good.
Yeah. See, even though I'm Black American, but that was one of those, I call them beatable offenses in my house. Like, you ain't finished that wing up. If you still see some meat or some skin, you might get a beating in my house. Like,
you gotta eat everything.
In my older age now, I eat more of the wing. I eat more of the wing and more of the top and the bottom. But when I was younger, I would just eat what's in the middle and then put it down.
Oh, you was crazy.
You're still leaving meat on the bone.
I was younger. It was a different time.
Now that was a point. Yeah, I had to teach my daughters, like, hey, no. Come back here, sit down. We're gonna finish this. Let me tell you how to do this.
Right.
You leave it because that's how kids. Because that's how kids do. They eat a little bit. And it was so much. So I'm like, no, wait, y'all understand what was happening here.
Right. But also, I'm Nigerian, so I see my mother. I see my mother eat bone.
Yeah, they scratch it. Yeah,
that's what we do.
And I've seen my dad do it, and I'm totally blown away. And it's just insane to me that you are literally chewing at the bone.
You know why?
That's what my cousins do. They eat the bones too.
Yes, but you know what? The best part of the meat of the chicken, real talk, is the bone marrow. Because if you've cooked your meat, and this might be just a little too much for people, which is fine. But if you cook and season your meat and let it marinate and then you let it cook and simmer, a lot of that flavor goes through the bone into the marrow. So when you crack it, you can taste all the seasoning. Again, that's what I was raised with. So I eat the bone, I eat the gristle, the skin, all of it. I'm a wing girl. And if you're gonna ask me my favorite wing,
I was about to ask, where's your favorite wing place?
Wings. Well, I haven't found one because I just moved to Gaithersburg. Okay. I haven't found one around here yet, right?
Okay.
But when I used to live in Silver Spring off of Fairland, I did used to go to the Wingstop in Briggs Cheney. I don't know if you guys know that.
Still there. Yep. Okay.
And I one day was like, let me try this Old Bay honey Old Bay wings.
Yeah.
You guys like Wingstop?
Okay.
I was
hold on. Is there some Wingstop hate here?
I was a little disappointed in Wingstop. I just thought, like it was a little overrated. But
wow.
Where's your spot?
I mean, I love.
I'm trying to find one here in Pennsylvania. I can't find one, but in Jersey, we used to go to the Chicken Shack and we'll always get some good wings. There's something about hood wings that just taste so different.
Versus the big ones, yeah.
Hood wings, like what they got? Thugs making them hood wings.
Hey man, thugs making the best wings. Hey, let's not.
There was
I know.
We used to have this place in Jersey. It was in Newark. It was called Ambassador's Chicken. And I'm telling you, if you ask anybody who grew up in that area, they would tell you the best place to go is Ambassador's because they swear they cook those wings in crack because everybody would kill those wings.
Wow.
You mean it.
I feel that.
Now, have y'all been to New Orleans?
No.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Okay, so I made it a part of my journey this year. Well, prior to the pandemic, I wanted to travel a lot more, and I really just wanted to taste different foods. Right?
Yes.
And so, right when they started to open up and the pandemic was dying down a little bit, I went to New Orleans. That's one of the places I was dying to go, only for the food. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I made it a point. I wanted to go somewhere expensive, somewhere I want to hit everything. Can I tell y'all the best food I had, and I am mad at myself that I can't remember the place. I will look it up. It looked like someone's house I was going to. Mm-hmm. It did not look like a restaurant, legit. And that place had a line wrapped around the bill. So I was like, why are people sitting here for this? It's hot.
But those are the best places.
What?
Yeah.
They fry. I ordered fish. And I know how to fry fish. I have nothing on that fish.
Wow.
It was crispy, perfectly seasoned. Girl, I'm gonna find that place and send it to y'all, because if you go, I highly recommend going there. And then we had their macaroni and cheese, and I'm not a big cheese person, bruh. The fried chicken, no. That's a talent.
Yeah.
That's a skill, right?
Yeah.
I was so moved. I said, God, that like for real. I was like, yo, if I could kiss the chef and meet the chef, really. And you know what? It was somebody's mama who was back there.
And that's what it
wasn't even, yes, yo. It felt so good.
That deep South fried chicken, though. That deep South. That's like my grandma's from Alabama. And till this day, I still ain't had no fried chicken like hers. Like they did something. It was like, that's what they did.
Right. Bro, actually, I'm still thinking about those Henny wings that we had.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Where'd you have it at? Where'd you get it from?
That was an old plug, a little around the way, you know.
Okay.
I got to see. Huh?
They made them?
Yeah. I'll see if I got to connect with that person again. Especially David, Yeah.
If you know, you know.
You know.
No, I don't know.
We're gonna have to talk about that off the pod. Private conversation,
we gotta keep the plug secret.
Gotta keep the plug. The plug is the plug. But I was gonna say, Lindsay, I know you said you in Gaithersburg. What? Some people was it Glory Days?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there's one in Germantown. I know that's a hard thing. Wings to me is hard in this area. Barbecue is hard in this area, because it's non-existent. It's just non-existent. So this is certain that's what's even wings here. Once you go Midwest and start getting barbecue and stuff, depending on where you're going.
Not the same.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me ask you, what's your favorite barbecue style?
What do you mean? Explain what you mean real quick.
You know how the regions, Texas has their own, North Carolina has their own, Memphis.
So, if we're gonna go there, I'm more of a Memphis, Texas. Texas has dry rubs.
Yeah.
I love that, because I not only get the flavor of the rub, but I feel like I get more flavor of the meat.
Yeah.
If I'm I don't want to just taste spice. I want to taste the protein. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sauce person, but Carolina, I don't like the vinegar. I don't like high vinegar. Yeah. So I'm more that end. Where are you guys? Would you guys like barbecue like that?
I do. You know what? My dream is to go on barbecue pitmaster.
Really? Are you just saying that for real?
Yes. Give me a husband and we going on together.
Speak it into existence.
I think I'm actually I love Texas barbecue. And I think it's for that reason. It's the rub. It's the, to me, I don't know. I guess the other ones sometimes it's like I said, I can't do the heavy vinegar. The North Carolina is just, I don't like that mix, that combo.
Do you like Alabama, their Alabama sauce, the white one?
Not really.
Not really. It doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, sometimes heavy sauce after a while, you just I've had enough.
Right.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I don't think I've explored enough to actually know. So Like I just got put onto mambo sauce that you guys put me onto.
Yeah. Well, you know, David's a
tried it yet.
David's a Cali boy. He's from California.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I was like, David, how long you been here?
Yeah, he's been here like 5 minutes.
It's been it's like what?
2 years now, 3, something like 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so you're allowed.
Yeah,
he's still in California.
Yeah, he's still in Cali.
Yeah, because I came here like 2010, and then I went back for college, and then I recently came back like 2 years ago.
You like it here? It's different. It's a different vibe.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I want to hear it.
Here we go.
You don't like it here?
I don't.
Why?
David don't like seasons.
I don't.
You like it to stay hot all year long.
Absolutely.
Like, a lot of people from Cali see that.
Not only that, but like I like neutral weather, which is weird because where I'm from, that's like very much what it is. It's like just foggy all the time. So I'm just I'm very spoiled with weather where I'm from. If you know, you know. Like it's just that.
Yeah, David, you got a winter coat?
I'm sorry.
I do, sadly.
But you know what? Our winters in the DMV area have, to me, when it's winter, it's not that cold.
No, it's gotten a lot milder.
It's got so much more milder because we used to have blizzards in these streets.
I was here in 2010 when there was a whole there was a lot of snow. When I say a lot of snow, there was
like pile up. Yeah. We don't have that. I was here that year. Yeah.
No, I haven't broke. I told you I haven't broke out my winter coat in almost 3 years for real.
Right.
Like I just haven't.
They say this winter is it's coming back this winter. We're supposed to get early winter with early snow. That's what they're saying.
I'll be in Seattle. Y'all have fun.
I know. Right. Y'all gonna get that. Y'all get that rain.
Get the rain.
Ooh, how do you feel about moving to the West Coast?
Oh, see there you go, David. See
that's a great question. So
because it's different from here. Let me tell you.
So again, I spent almost 2 weeks there. I was shocked that I liked it because it's Seattle. Like the only thing I knew was the movie Sleepless in Seattle. So I was like, okay. But
and Twilight.
Twilight. That's right.
Oh, no, Twilight was in Seattle.
Oh, yes. No. That's a great movie. I'm with you on that. However, what I was taken back by and I did not expect was how much homelessness there was in Seattle. And I hear it is like that on the west side more so than it is like that on the east side. I didn't legit. I'm used to seeing we have a couple of people hanging out asking for money on the corners, right? So I was staying in the city of Seattle, and to get to my studio, to where our studio was, I felt safe. Like I never not felt safe. Right. But I'm walking and I turn to the left, and it's just like the movies. You know how you go to the movie, you see we're watching a movie, and like there's a driving scene, and they're going over the overpass, and there's like tents and tents of homeless people. I'm walking, and I'm like, I've never seen that before, and that was a hard one for me. I was shocked that I reacted in such a way. Like I didn't cry or anything. I was just like, whoa.
Right. And you're just taken aback by it.
Yeah. And I'm like, the West Coast, that's where a lot of money is, right? Like these are places I know doing my research, Seattle's 41% more expensive than the DMV area. 41%. So I know California, like all that kind of is insane. I'm like, and a friend of mine who's out there, she's like, Lindsay, either you got it or you don't. Wow. There's no
That's literally what it is.
There's no middle ground here, where I'm used to like, there's different levels to our stuff over on the East Coast. Yeah. It's rare that you see so many homeless people. So that was a hard one for me. But other than that, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Just because it's something new.
Right. I'm from San Francisco, so I always saw seeing homeless people all the time was never anything new to me.
Wow.
Like I remember when I was in school, you would see like probably the same homeless people all the time.
Mm.
Like you would even become like
friends with them.
Yeah, you become familiar with them, and like you say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Like it's really that.
Wow.
Mm.
It's a hard thing to see, and like I really hope that I think recently there was a thing about like Elon Musk being all like, "Oh, hey, it only costs this much to fix homelessness."
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
yeah. No, but I used to travel to Seattle a lot. I love downtown Seattle. I used to love to visit. I used to go to like a lot. You know, I don't know. It just felt. It kind of reminded me of Bethesda a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, before Bethesda's changing now, but like I don't know, it's kind of had like this little, you know, you can like move around a little bit, walk up and down the street. You know, people actually seem pretty friendly to me.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah.
you know how DMV everybody's stuffy. You walk past somebody on the street, they.
Oh, that's something you're gonna love about the West Coast.
Yeah, people was actually cool. Like I sparked conversations. Yeah.
I
like Portland.
Oh, you went to Portland?
Yeah, when I was younger, and I loved it over there.
Well, y'all can always come and visit me. I'll send you my address. I don't know nobody there, so you guys can come and visit.
No, we coming through, especially especially if you cooking.
Turn up.
Right.
Say less.
I hate to say this. I have flown for a meal and flown back home. I've done that before.
I want to know who cooked it and what was the meal that you flown and where was
I got flown. No, it wasn't even somebody cooking.
Hold on. You about to say you got flown out?
I flew myself out for the meal.
Okay.
Flew myself out. No, so
hey, he was like, no. What did you say?
So I love the city of Milwaukee. And there's a couple places. Breakfast, I don't know, it's one of there's this diner right there on like University of Marquette's campus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, breakfast skillet, like
yo, you can see this guy's eyes right now.
I know.
I have literally, don't judge me, y'all. Booked a flight.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
I was supposed to have a meeting got canceled. I was like, I'm still going. Flew to Milwaukee, took the cab to the spot, ate breakfast, took it back to the airport, and flew back home, yo.
Wow. First of all,
that's the only something I would do.
Right.
That's real tough. That's real love. That's real love.
It's not, I mean, it's just, you know, it's not something
that food had a hold on you.
Yo, but what I tell you though,
you said it was breakfast?
Yes.
They must make some bomb eggs.
It was their steak and egg skillet. Yo, I don't know why. I'm just crazy. It was ridiculous. Like I literally did that. You know,
that's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah. Or I mean, like, there's one barbecue spot that I love. It's in Richmond, Virginia. Richmond from here is like an hour and a half, y'all. So an hour and a half drive, you know.
And you're in Virginia kind of a lot. So
yeah. So like so I found this place.
I might have to pull up with you one time.
Called Buzz and Ned's. Buzz and Ned's, it literally looks like a hole in the wall. It's the size of this room, but to me, it's the best barbecue you probably gonna find in 3 or 4 states, especially on the East Coast. I've seen people go to blows in this little hut for this barbecue. Like straight square up, we going at it for this barbecue.
Those are the best places.
So and I sat there and watched them fight while I was eating. Like
I love it.
So there have been times where like there been a couple of days I'm like, weather's nice, I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm going to Buzz and Ned's. And I've literally driven to Richmond. I get like,
I gotta pull up with you one time.
Like $75 worth of barbecue because it's cheap there too.
Yo,
and drive back home. Like, yeah.
See, I don't have a story like that. She didn't fly or drive. No, only because you know. Yeah, I definitely would too. And I want to be clear, like when I tell people try things outside of your comfort zone or whatever, that's even me because I get into the habit of with cooking, like I don't want to go out. I just don't feel like going out. So I'm just gonna cook in here. But I wanted to make it a point for myself to explore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Two things. I believe that like if you travel, you got to eat the food where you're at
that place.
Like to me, that's criminal almost. To like I'm gonna go somewhere else and I'm gonna eat something I can get back home. Like no, like you got it. That's why.
Else.
Yeah. And even if sometimes like they might put a different spin on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I enjoy. That's one of the reasons I like to travel, even in the country domestically, like different regions. I'm gonna get some food up there, you know. Like
I agree.
Yeah. Also, too. Okay, when you at the crib, you know, let's say you hungry. You might not go whole chef Lindsay mode and like, what you doing real quick? What's your real quick? What's your go to?
Let me be 100% clear. 90% of chefs, we don't be cooking like that in the kitchen.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Every day.
Thank you. There's no way you could do all that and then come back home and then like.
No, there's no way I'm standing in the kitchen all day and then you want me to come home and then do that again.
Right.
Nah, my friend, I'm not gonna lie. And my mother hates it when I tell people that. She's like, stop telling them this. But it's the truth. I will drive to, don't judge me. This is another one of my guilty pleasures, David. And this is real talk. Okay.
Love it. Let's go.
Taco Bell.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
really?
That's David Chipotle. Right there.
Let's go.
Not Chipotle. No.
Yes.
Because it's quick. It's quick.
Yep.
Okay? Yep. And I get two, and I keep it simple.
What's your go-to order?
I do the taco supreme without any cheese. I get the crunchy taco, and that's it. 2 crunchy tacos, boom, and I'm done with a lemonade, bro.
There you go.
The Taco Bell beef though, or the chicken or steak?
I do the beef.
Wow.
Chicken. I go all in.
Yeah, that's bold.
Like that. I like
that's
that.
Bold.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I'm coming home from work and it's like 8:00, you have to understand, like a lot of us, if we're working in the restaurants, we're there until 2, or 1:00, 12:00 in the morning. So you don't have a lot of things. You don't want to go home and cook. So you're gonna go anywhere that's 24 hours. You know what I mean, or McDonald's or something. I can't do McDonald's. If I have to pick between McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, I'm gonna go with Burger King because I think just my brain tells me it's better for me.
Right.
But my guilty is Taco Bell because it's quick and easy.
Yes,
oh my God, yeah. Now, if I'm home for real, I'm not being lazy and I want something quick, I'm always gonna do a pasta.
Okay.
Pasta is easy. I'm not gonna make pasta from scratch.
What kind of sauce?
So this is the chefy in me. I either do 2 things. I either cook the pasta and then I dress it in a little bit of olive oil, a little zest, salt and pepper, lots of pepper and lots of Parmesan cheese. Eat it like that. So it's not so saucy. Because I realize as I get older, I can't eat too many things that are acidic. So tomato, I can't eat. So because of that, if I'm making a pasta sauce, I'll do a regular homemade traditional pasta sauce. But then I'll add a little bit of cream to it to lighten it up, to not make it so acidic. Sometimes like I'll do a vodka sauce or I'll make it a sweet tomato cream sauce. So that's where I go. Or I'll do a marsala sauce, but not so sweet. Yeah. I'll do that. But pasta is my quick. That's easy.
Wow.
That sounds good.
I love this. Hey, you ever take food home from work? You ever just cook something and be like, I'm gonna take a little bit of this home real quick?
Every day, all day.
Yeah. All right.
That's like an appetizer in the car because I only take a little bit. I eat in the car, and then I'm like, I'm still hungry. Am I gonna cook? Am I not gonna cook?
All right.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Guys,
I like that because
I have to leave.
Oh, bye.
No problem. No problem.
We're overtime.
You want to just dip off?
Oh, no.
Now you go. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wrap this up too. Yendi will holler. Do your thing, okay?
Yeah. Hi.
All right.
Have a good night.
Be safe.
Yeah. So I know we've been.
I love what you said, because Donald Glover, he has a joke about like taking your being I think it's like doing your profession at home, and like people thinking, oh, maybe you're being a little cocky here, but I like that you said what you said.
Yeah,
like you don't want to like be a whole chef at home. No.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: I'm very particular about who's in my kitchen. I'm very particular. Like there are certain things I don't mess around with. Don't touch my knives. Like there are things that, when I'm gonna say when I get married, I'm putting it out into the atmosphere. When I get married, I'm very comfortable with cooking for my family. Like if that's what's the role, I would prefer that versus me having to clean. No, I'll cook. I'll do that. But if it's just me, you have to remember it's just me. I'm not gonna cook all this food for just me because I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
And all thing.
Let me just say, I can clean.
Hey, hey, shoot.
David, how old are you, honey? How old are you?
I'm 29.
David, listen, I'm about to be 40.
Hey, age ain't nothing but a number.
Shoot, we on. Where else can y'all get this? Hey. Pew, 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 pew. I love it. Okay. Hey, Community Coalition Show where you can come shoot your shot.
Absolutely.
Oh, but yeah, I know we've been doing this thing for a minute. I know I got to get you going. I know you got a lot going on too.
No problem.
But this was fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was great.
And it's funny how, like, as I was just thinking, like, for those who have watched and listened to this podcast, Lindsay is part of a nice little fraternity we've grown of Paint Branch graduates. So from who else? Mike has been on, Zoe has been on, Macal's been on.
Really? Nice.
Oh yeah, that's the fam. And I'm probably forgetting one or two other people too. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's fam.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you.
And so hopefully, once you set up shop and do all that, in Seattle, if you have time, I'm
always down. I'm always.
And even before you go, if you got some leftovers laying around, and
please do not hesitate to pull up.
Gaithersburg, that's around the corner,
right around.
Listen, if you can fly out, you can definitely come over yonder.
Around the corner, exactly.
I see you.
I've been to the corner for something good,
I see you.
And I ain't got no problem paying for it either. So,
right.
Like I said,
here. Right.
Hey, so thank you.
Thank you so much,
Lindsay. But before we wrap up, I just want to give you a chance to let everyone know where can they find you.
Yeah.
How can they follow you and keep up with what you got going on?
Absolutely. So please, everyone, if you can follow me on Instagram, you'll find me under Chef Lindsay Leopold. It used to be Chef L Boogie, but look for Chef Lindsay Leopold on Instagram, on Facebook. It's still under Chef L Boogie. And then TikTok, this is where I'm doing a lot of my teaching stuff. So you can also find me under Chef Lindsay Leopold. So for the most part, you'll find that TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you can find me.
Okay. That's what's up. So y'all need to check her out, y'all.
Follow me.
Yeah, we got support. But this has been cool. So just remember, if nothing else, I gotta do this real quick. I almost forgot, David. Community Coalition Show. You can find us on the podcast. CommunityCoalitionShow.com, part of the Black Squirrel Media Network. So don't forget Black Media Network and all your favorite podcasts. From this podcast to the Reason Behind, to the Black on Film, to Pancaked, and there's like a couple others, all of us. JJ Williams.
Hey, if you're listening, if you're looking for good food and you want it to taste good, come to Black Squirrel.
Come to Black Squirrel. We might be able to teach you. You never know.
Right.
Never know. Sometimes, people start podcasts and just, on our network, and we gotta learn how to cook too. So I speak these things out there. Might need a cooking podcast or something. You never know.
Listen, I'm not mad at that.
Hey,
you never know.
We can start something.
Hey,
You never know.
you know. So I just again thank you, Lindsay, coming on, doing this. You know,
It was
you
my
family.
pleasure. Thank you.
This was fun.
This was
Thank
fun.
you.
This was fun. So don't go anywhere, but I'm gonna close this out. So again, y'all know what time it is, y'all. Check us out until next week. Peace.
Peace.